Welcome to the homestead. Hey, thank you for stopping by. Been kind of busy around here lately. Man, this RV pad, it's exactly what we decided. It's perfect. Well, not quite perfect yet, but we're almost perfect. We've got the no-fly zone put back up. It's not 100% fly proof. And here's the evidence of that. We still have the flies. Those rolls of fly paper are awesome though. It only takes a couple of flies then everybody gets on the bandwagon. Fan is working great to keep them from going inside the RV. So Mr. Tex, he's very happy. Bought some plants on sale. I bought some of those clearance plants at the local big box store. But anyway, the little water feature's now kind of a permanent fixture. Broke out the big water feature that we had, and I was actually considering getting rid of that when we were leaving the other house because it was so faded, but it works out perfect to complement, works with the slag. Got a fire pit. That thing's heavy duty. Probably weighs 100 pounds. That was a Facebook Marketplace find. Turns out the guy was from the next town over where I grew up, and he knew my father, did a lot of work for my dad, and my dad did a lot of work for him. So it was kind of a surprise when I found that out. Added a second water feature, more clearance plants from a big box retailer, Vivor. If you are following the Dude RV channel, you'll remember that from the last edition of Friday's Finds, and that was another Friday's Finds product. So Vivor's really contributed a lot to the RV Homestead channel. Outdoor shower. It's another Friday's Finds product. We love that. We don't have to worry about the tanks filling up. Since we don't yet have a septic system, I put the dump station to good use as a plant stand, and I'm cultivating St. Augustine so that we'll have a little dog run here. I had the bright idea because I've been sitting here. I want to sit here because I've got a deer feeder set up down there. Thanks, Rabbi Jesus. I appreciate that. I want to be able to sit here and watch the wildlife, but I got a blank spot in my shade. So in the late afternoon when I'm sitting here, I thought, well, I'll put up one of my tarps. And it was a great idea, except my ladder's not tall enough. I needed to go up another 6-7 feet. I may change it. I probably will change that. So one of our projects for today is all this sand over here. We need some grass. We need some grass real bad. We had a real bad bug issue with, and I've talked about this on a couple of videos where the bugs are just horrible, and it has greatly improved with all the hummingbird feeders. I just recently put up the stakes so that the dragonflies will have a place to roost, and I thought that when I saw a video where a YouTube video of all things, where the guy was talking about how to attract dragonflies, and he said they like to perch on stakes, and so I went and found some stakes, and sure enough, And dragonflies will eat lots and lots of mosquitoes and gnats. So the stakes are actually working, and we're getting lots of dragonflies because I have the 2 water features, the 3 water features going. They're attracted to that. I've seen them hanging out on the tarp up there. And the number of biting insects has greatly diminished since putting the water features in place. We need grass. In my world, if you need some seed, you reach out to one of my patrons, one of my good friends, Mr. James Steffi, and you tell him what your seed needs are, and he'll help you sort it out. Now, the previous place, the last place, I tried to be as, and I still do, I try to be as conserve as much water as possible, because water's a finite resource. And when you're in a drought condition, most of the water in Texas, we don't have natural lakes, they're all man-made lakes, and they dry up and they get low, and you go into water conservation policies. So I try to be use the lowest amount of water possible. And part of that is by xeriscaping, using native plants. And there's a species of grass native to the prairies called buffalo grass. And it puts out a root mass that's like 32 inches deep. It's great for soil stabilization. It is very drought tolerant, very heat tolerant. It's a great grass once it's established, and it will actually just take over. Unlike Bermuda grass that has to be watered, buffalo grass doesn't require water, and it doesn't require fertilization. Nitrogen doesn't do anything to green it up. The question I have, it's a plains grass. And so I reached out a year ago, right after we bought the place, and started talking to my seed suppliers about buffalo grass, because I didn't know if it would grow here in this particular climate, because it tends to be more humid, since it's just more moisture here. And the soil is all sand. And so I reached out, and no one could give me a definitive answer, because we're kind of in that zone area. Anyway, I'm rambling. The recommendation was buy some seed and plant it and see what happens. And so I did. I invested in 2 pounds and put out 2 pounds of seed last year. Primarily I seeded right up in here, where we did all the excavation. Or buffalo grass, the seeds don't sprout until the soil temperatures get up to be about 80 degrees or hotter. It likes it really hot. And I put out the seed late in the year, and I kind of thought it wasn't going to make it. But then I noticed 2 weeks ago that I had some patches of buffalo grass showing up here, and unfortunately, we dug most of them up. There's still a little bit showing through. It's a slightly lighter colored grass, thinner blades. It produces seed heads, which, well, a lot of people don't like it. What I really like about it is I don't have to water it. It gets up to about 6-8 inches, and it stops. I mean, that's its maximum height. So you don't have to mow it as much. So it sprouted, and there's one particular strain that I found, because I worked with 3 different strains at the other place. I found that the most common and cost-effective are the Tex Oka, and anyway, there's several strains, but the one that I found, that there's one that is a better turf. It doesn't get as tall, and it tolerates moisture better than the other strains. And I know that because I had it planted where the irrigation or the aerobic septic system sprayed every day, twice a day. And it did extremely well at the last property. So the strain of buffalo grass that I sample planted out here, and I didn't dig up anything, I just broadcast it. I did it like Mother Nature does, but I don't have any buffalo with sharp hooves. So anyway, broadcast it, it came up, and that species is Sun Dancer. I think it's 1 pound per 2,000 square feet, so I've got 5 pounds to seed my side because the property line is right here. Now the grass will spread through stolons and seed production, and eventually, provided there's enough sun, it will establish there. So I only needed about 10 feet by 10 by 200. So we're going to put 5 pounds of seed out today, and then in about, I don't know, a couple months we'll check back in on the grass project, the buffalo grass project. So let me get over here and we'll do some unboxing. Now when I need grass seed, I always reach out to Frontier Seeds. They have sent us a box if you want to know more about Frontier Seeds, post a comment down there and we will get you in touch with somebody that can hook you up with some seed. This is special for deer. That's the here's their contact information. There's a phone number right there that you can give a call to. If you need seed, that's who you call. So we're gonna be doing a little seed spreading today. So here's what your buffalo grass seeds look like. All right, so let me start spreading some seed. I should go get the drop spreader, but I don't know. There's just some kind of satisfaction that goes along with cranking that little handle and watching the seeds fly out. Kind of looks like I'm gonna need another at least 100 feet of irrigation. You don't realize how big your property is until you start buying materials. quite a few left over. Because I didn't, that's a temporary thing. I'm gonna make some adjustments later. So I didn't want it to be too much of a project to move it. Let's go turn some water on and see what it looks like. We gotta get it wet so the harvester ants will go away. Fine mist in the air. So far, we're filling in. Whoa, it's muggy. Lens keeps fogging up. I wanted to get a shot of that this morning. Been a couple days. So far, I don't see any germination, but I thought that's a beautiful sight right there. I think we're going to close this one out. Your RV Homestead Texas update. We got grass seed planted, thanks to Frontier Seeds. We got a sprinkler system put in, thanks to Amazon and Dude RV. I have another big project. That'll be our next video. I'm gonna make another infrastructure improvement here. So we're gonna do something else here. So you'll have to tune in next week if you haven't already. Let me get back over here so I can look at the camera without being blinded. Okay. So I do appreciate you spending some time with me today. Thank you for stopping by the homestead. If you've not already, I'd certainly appreciate it if you'd consider clicking on that subscribe button. That really helps with a small channel, more than you ever know. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit the bell as well. All of those help a small channel to grow and prosper. So your help would be most appreciated. And if you've been following along, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and attention. And for our patrons, your generosity is most appreciated. You guys rock. All right, y'all come back now, you hear?